think I would be out here this long, and here I am, starving, a little crabby because of this client, and it really makes me want to quit and retire. All right, I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm divorcing a client. This guy, I'm going to try to remain vague because I don't want to talk bad about anybody and have somebody figure out who it is, but he bought an old boat, early 80s old, and it's got some obsolete engines in it and can't get parts anymore. And he asked us to do some work, try to get some things fixed, and we're working through that. He is now not happy, is asking for his money back. So I have to figure out how I'm going to handle this. I'm in on how to start with this, but of course it's starting to rain. Oh boy. And we've got a pump. I got to drop off one of the guys. He's not here right now, but he's got to look at this. Here's one of the things that happened. So his RPM gauges, the tachometers, are mechanical. They're obsolete. You can't get the pickups for them anymore. It has special little gearing on the back of the engine that drives a mechanical gauge and drives it. Well, he's like, well, let's just use the electric pickup off the alternator. Well, I go over there, I do some research, Well, his alternators, they're so old, they don't have electric pickups, so you can't put an electric tachometer on there. Well, he didn't like that answer. He says, oh, I'm going to do some research. Well, he does his research, whatever, or he forgot about it, I think. That's another problem. He tells me he's going to do all this stuff and tell me what to do, but then he never gets back to me. I tell him, I'm like, hey, the alternators you have would have to be replaced. And then he says, okay, well, what's that going to take? So I do the research and I find out that even the aftermarket and the OEM alternators for his engines do not have electric pickups. So we would have to buy those, take them apart, and somehow go into the wiring schematics and figure out where we could pick up input, if we could even do it, for RPM on the alternators for the tachometers. It's just not feasible. And he got all upset, and I don't know, he's older and doesn't understand why he can't get support for these Detroit diesels that are 50 years old, maybe, I guess. No, not 50, 40, something like that. I don't know. A couple other things have gone not quite his way with boat repairs. Then he's had himself and other people work on the boat and screwed some things up and then tried to blame us. And I'm like, well, hold it. He's like, well, you guys replaced these parts. And I'm like, no, see this? I say right here that we can't get these parts. I had pictures, thankfully. I'm like, hey, no, this wasn't us. I don't know who did this, but they just went and bought some aftermarket sensors for his engines and started putting them in. Well, you have to have the right values. You have to have all that, the right voltage, everything needs to be right. Well, they just started shoving stuff in there, and now a whole bunch of stuff doesn't work. It's even worse than before. And he's blaming us for that. So I asked him, I said, well, who's worked on the boat? He's not getting back to me now. I said, okay, well, somebody worked on the boat. I never billed you for those parts. None of the write-ups say we put those parts in. So somebody put the parts in, whether it was you or some other electrician, but I can't be held responsible for other work that somebody else did. And I don't know. He's not happy about that either, but man, just difficult. Yeah. And now I'm the bad guy and he wants his money back, and I have to, what am I going to do? Didn't bring lunch today because I didn't think I would be out here this long, and here I am, starving, a little crabby because of this client, and it really makes me want to quit and retire. For the most part, all our clients are awesome. We do have a couple problems here and there, and we do have a list of people that we've divorced and we don't work on their boat anymore. They come to regret because there's a limited amount of people down here in Key West that do what we do. Then they call us back and they're like, I'm like, I'll get back to you. And I usually look up on the list and I'll be like, I'm sorry, sir, we don't service your boat. And then they get even more upset. Yeah, when they don't understand why I won't service their boat because they already gave me a hard time and I had to refund money or whatever I ended up having to do.
How was the drive?
Slow, bouncy. We have to cover this up with the lube, this big O-ring.
Yeah, we have the lube over there.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Put in them out.
We've got cardboard. Just take them out now so we don't have to help
Yeah,
them out.
so we don't have to carry it.
You guys are so brilliant.
No, don't start with that. Don't start with that.
Average at best.
Hey, there's our props and their label.
All right.
We got a P and a P.
Those are the wrong ones for this
Yep, so we're going to start putting them on the other side. The guys install the IPS. So they're tight fit again. It's going to take a bit. Chris, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Chris, here.
Just in case. We couldn't go up the ladder, I guess.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
These guys.
Yep.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, that's good. Now come forward and turn hard. Now we're gonna have to get more back this way.
All right, back now.
Okay?
Okay, tight fit. 4 inches.
Come straight forward.
Matt's got to reposition and try again. You got 8 inches, 9 inches. Okay, 4. Nice job.
Yeah, you got a good 8 inches.
Okay, hang
Oh,
on.
that's good. Yeah? Okay, yeah.
I need to come out a little bit now.
Yeah.
3 inches.
You got no trouble here at all.
2 inches.
All right, now. Let someone cut it to go this way.
Okay? Can you come back at all?
Yeah, I got, what, a foot?
Yeah.
I got a foot.
Can you turn the other way? There you go. Stop. Hold that. We're gonna back out a little bit.
Go straight.
Oh, stop. Straighten out and come forward. We know that. We're turning the wheels, that's why.
Okay, ready? So what we're doing to get our final fine adjustment, because we're having problems getting the forklift because of the room back here, we're using the SUS, which is the steering
Yes, sir.
unit servo, and it has a manual fitting on top of it, so that if you're out at sea and you lose steering, you can still at least get the thing straight.
I believe
And
it
so
will.
we're using that adjustment on the top of the SUS to get our final alignment, so then we can pop this up in there.
Oh, the super move's coming out again.
Hey, I worked on C5s. You know what they do. You ain't gonna load them both up. 13 Greyhound buses it'll take.
We got these guys on speed dial.
Okay, coming up. Oh, back up just there. Right there. That's good. The forward part is higher than the aft part.
And turning the rudder, basically turning hot.
Right. Okay. Back the opposite way. It's going to have to turn counterclockwise as you look from the top down onto it.
Yeah, we need to, no, we gotta go this way, right?
The aft part of the pod is hitting the hull of the boat. On the inboard side, the outboard side has I can put a whole finger in. Side shift forward.
That's enough.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
You go a sea hair more, but that's it.
Different size gaps here if it matters.
Yeah, the front's all the way up. It's from this.
You know, you're good.
We've got it up as high as it'll go with the cradle and the forklift. So now what we're doing is we're using the 16 mount bolts inside to start sucking it up the rest of the way. And then once we get it sucked up, we'll do a final torque on all 16 bolts. And we can start putting everything else back together. All the plugs and hoses and things of that nature. Put 82.
Okay.
Right?
80, I like 82 and a half.
Whatever, Chris.
Just like that little extra smidge.
Yeah,
It's
a
like
smidge.
that's
You
the
want your
smidge.
Here,
The smidge is between that and that.
Is the paper over there? But, I just want to double check.
Yeah, double check.
Okay, so we need 82
70.
foot-pounds. So what Chris is doing is he's just turning that handle
82 and a half.
and a smidge, right?
6, 7. Yeah, that's my smidge.
All right.
And the smidge is between the 2 and the 3.
Okay, remember guys, this is how I want this done. Start at number 1, work
Got
your
it,
way
label.
around.
1.
1x for the first torque, and then second x, complete the x for the second torque.
Yeah, slash and an X.
Michael's running to get some of the fittings off the old one that we need. Then what we can do is just start hooking everything up. AJ, don't put that side cover on until we can find, I need to find a piece of foam to put in there.
Okay. You want me to connect the,
Yeah, you can connect it.
So if I put an extension on it, you're not going to get the right torque, are you?
Yeah, you will. Only if you extend it. If you put a drive, this right here, and actually if you put a dog bone on there, as long as you're at a 90 degree to either side of the head, it won't change the torque.
There we go.
So you guys heard that click, right? That means that the torque wrench made its torque. We numbered all the bolts, and then we're putting one slash on it for the first torque, and then we'll go back all the way around and put a second slash on it for the second torque.
And we are doing the pattern that the manual said, 1 through 16. We got them each numbered, and we started at 1, and then the manual actually says go into a circle, not a star.
So you guys got all 16 torque the first time. That's
Yep.
good enough for right now. We will double check the torques and slash the bolts after lunch. We're going to have me and the rest of the guys are going to go take the cradle off and AJ and Chris are going to eat, and then we'll continue on with reassembly. What'd you get, AJ?
That looks like a
Club sandwich?
club sandwich. That looks
Yeah.
delicious. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
If it falls out, it's Chris's fault.
Yeah, he wasn't there. He wasn't here to tell us about the Schmidt.
Hey, AJ, we're letting this down. Make sure you keep your feet away, okay?
Come on, let me get my foot right under it.
Yeah.
I need that workman's comp.
Come down, just one of those
A
Coast Guard
scanner.
Schmidge. Okay, you're good.
Be clear on the bottom.
Stop, back up.
About 6 inches. You can start swinging out.
Okay, turn it hard. You're clear here. Yeah, you got 12 inches. You're clear here, you're good.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, other one.
All right. Well, it's in. It's torqued initially. AJ and Chris, you guys know what to do, right?
Yep.
Continue on.
All right, so Chris and I are working on putting this thing back together now.
Yep.
Got it up in place. Got all 16 bolts torqued down.
Yep.
I'm working on the exhaust back there.
Yep. So I'll put new O-ring, the exhaust elbow right there. You got those all set down. It's actually, as far as drive units go, getting this apart is probably easier than any drive line that I've ever done.
Yeah.
It's literally these 4 bolts come out, and this whole U-joint, not only can it pivot, it actually will slide back and drop down. So much, this entire black piece, once it's disconnected, there's so much play. Like, it'll slide back a couple inches, it'll go up, down, left, right.
Easy for adjustment.
Very, very easy and easy to just, all the keyways just line right back up, and then you just slowly tighten them back down into place so they're not binding, and nice flush fit. And then we left our marks.
Are we hooking up all the electrical and everything?
We are hooking up everything, doing as much as we can to get this thing ready to go back into the water.
Seems good to me.
What's up?
What's up? Moving around, small engine areas like usual.
Yeah. So, got the exhaust elbow on there, and those are all torqued down. The U-joint is back on, lined up properly. Those are all torqued down. And then now we're moving on to hooking the hydraulics back up. The electrical, get some new foam for inside here because the old foam is all messed up and it didn't come with new foam. So we're going to get that. Everything closed back up and plussed up with fluid. Got a lot of room back there, huh?
No.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but as far as engine room spaces, although this we've had way worse.
Oh.
Way worse. And considering the size of this coming in and out, fingers crossed, so far, it has actually been pretty, shall we say, non-rough surface. We don't use those words. We don't use the E word and we don't use the S
We
word.
especially don't use that E word.
The E word
The
is...
E word we can't
yeah.
use.
Got the exhaust back on, everything torqued down properly. He was doing the grounding strap and the battery, the bonding wires and the batteries. And then we're just going to put belt housing, those 2 pieces. That'll cover up the U-joint, make it look all nice and pretty, and make sure that you don't get, watches, rings, and dangly things all caught up in there.
All right, Dr. Seuss.
Wish we would have had this the other day. Any guesses on what we're doing here? We take out those 2 bolts, take out those 2 bolts. Now we'll get this thing put in position here. You just want to manhandle down there or try to use the forklift? Okay. Oops, sorry, Mel.
Oh no, wait a minute. It's not big enough.
This has got to be. It's for the IPS2. Does it go that way? No.
Can't go this way because the sensor's in the way.
It says it's for ISP2 and ISP3. It says it right on there.
Yeah, those holes don't even line up.
Well, no.
Yeah, because then this is in the way. Huh. The only other curve is here. There's nothing to, if we put it that far back, it would have to bolt here.
That's got to be it right there. Yeah, that's it.
Now we just got to get the right bolts.
It might be
Just put a bolt in there just to hold it.
Yeah, there might be some in the box.
I knew we'd figure it out between the 2 of them.
Wow. It's a little bit easier.
Oh yes, goes in this way.
I think it goes the other way. AJ, this goes with the shafts towards the back of the box, right?
I thought the shaft was going towards the opening.
Yeah, that's good because you got the V for the
Skag.
Yep, okay.
The ring was sitting on this, and then these 2 right here
Clamped it down. I thought the shaft was sitting on that block back there.
The shaft isn't going to sit on anything no matter which direction.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Here.
Will those boards fit on there now?
This board needs to go first for one.
Oh, okay. Oops. There's a screw hole. You got to turn it.
Go forward a little bit.
Hang on. You got to line up the board.
Yeah, we are. It's right here. The screw hole's right here.
Here and here.
So this needs to go forward.
Yeah,
These are nail holes. This
Right.
is screw hole
This
and
is
screw hole.
yeah, but this is not the screw that's going in this hole. This hole is this one.
Okay.
Okay. We got her all boxed up, locked in. AJ's going to put the front on the box. This thing will be pretty much ready to go ship. It's going to cost a bunch, but it's the way it is. All right, we got this all boxed up, crated up. That's going to Dale's shop to get freighted up to Panama City. And we got this thing all crated up. We'll deal with this next week. I'll take it over to Dale's shop again. He's got a freight guy that we use. That's all ready to go too. And that's got to go back to Fort Myer. Let's get ready to load that crate. I'm going to take it downtown to Dale's shop, and he's going to call his freight guy and have him come pick it up. So I was trying to figure out what we could do with these giant O-rings.
Any ideas?
Food contest.
No, Carrie tried. They're too floppy.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if you guys got any ideas, otherwise I guess I'm just going to recycle them.
Garbage.
Yep.
We should do a big game of like, you know, those carnival games where you have to throw the ring on the bottle.
But use those.
Yeah.
You know what we should do is put it between two vehicles and
Oh, tug of war.
yeah. Clear?
Clear.
There it goes, going to the detail shop. Sale, my buddy that owns Marine Clean, is going to work his magic on it. He said he's going to make that ugly topside look as pretty as he can. Once that gets done, comes back here. We're going to hang that brand new 200 Yamaha on the back, put the bimini back on, do a couple other things to wrap it all up. We're going to run it. I'm going to try to run enough hours to break that Yamaha in so the new owners don't have to. Then we're going to put it up for sale, I think. So,
Actually, he was just asking you about
yeah,
that.
Sale was just asking me how much I wanted for it. So Carrie and I will have to sit down and figure out what we're going to ask for it, put it out on the street, and somebody will snap it right up. At least I hope somebody will snap it up. We put a lot of work and effort into that boat. It's going to be beautiful, and it's probably going to be a lot of fun too. I imagine it's going to be quite fast, which we've already talked about.
He said this was a beauty, didn't he?
Yeah, so he saw this boat and he's like, wow, look at this thing. Bought this recently to replace the Polar because this is what we've been wanting anyways. And it's got that huge T-top on it, which is going to be awesome. Sale's going to put this in the schedule after he gets done with the Polar. He's going to pick this up. He's going to get this looking back brand new. We're going to take all these stickers off. He just told me that usually Whaler, you send him a picture like that's all falling apart. Whaler will send you a new stickers. So I'm going to contact them and see if I can get new free stickers out of it. So here's the transducer we're going to put in. It's active 3-in-1. This is pretty cool. If you don't know what this all does, there's some good YouTube videos out there. Maybe I'll do one once we get it installed on our boat and show you. It does side scan, it does chirp and deep drop and all kinds of stuff. So that's what's going in there. I don't remember, did I show them a picture of these or what we're going to cut into the helm? We're going to put 2 of these 12-inch displays in. I was hoping to have this done already, but we're been busy with Volvo and working on other people's boats, which pay the bills. So it's kind of hard to work on your boat when you are making money. So these are the screens. We're going to put these 2 side by side. And we're going to get a Simrad VHF radio, and everything will be run off these screens. The VHF will be run off the screens. I'm going to run the engine off these screens. Get the Fusion radio that's out there. It's no good. We're going to remove that, and we'll have radio run through here also. Everything will be run through the 2 screens. I am pretty excited. We won't have this done by the weekend. I really wanted to have it done, but we might maybe take it out this weekend. We'll see. Okay, there was really only one thing that was a major concern on the Whaler for me, and that was this tilt trim motor. Really rough shape. It still works. It's rusted out. I know it's just a matter of time before it dies, so I went and picked up a replacement for it. We'll get that put in today, later. Yeah, this was ordered from Real Impact from my buddy Joe up there in Summerlin. If you are in the Keys and you need some help with your boat and we can't help you, we usually refer people up to him. He's really good, but he's also really busy. We also pulled the prop off and found this wrapped around the shaft, so I'm going to take the prop into prop dock and have him look at this.
What you guys call this?
There's a word for that, bushing, sleeve, I forget what they call. And then the last thing I wanted to show you guys was this. Check this out. Okay, so when we got the Whaler, the jack stand was kind of old and broken. So we got a new one, which wasn't this one. We got a different brand and we put it on there, and it was a huge piece of trash. I took that one off. I returned it and I ordered this one. This is a trailer valet. It comes like this with a wheel, also comes with the pad. I'll show you guys outside, but we put this on the boat and see this says drill powered. See that? Here.
He's gonna go get a battery. He wants to show you for real what this does. Must be pretty good.
So this thing is super solid. I really like it. It's easy enough to crank up and down, but if you got to do a whole lot, you just pull this handle off, put this on there. How lazy is that?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and it pivots and everything, and like I said, it comes with both the wheel and this pad.
Oh, how much was it?
About $166, I believe.
Oh, wow, that's a great buy.
Yep, they sell them at West Marine. I had to order it though. I'm loving that Jackson. Much better than what I had on. If you guys are looking for something, I'm not getting paid for this, by the way. I didn't get anything for free, but if I find something good, I try to pass it on. So trailer valet, this jack. They make several different models too.
And it holds
5,000 pounds.
5,000 pounds.
I guarantee that whaler does not have 5,000 pounds on the tongue. Doing my test today, I know that if I do it Saturday morning, if I take my wife out on the boat, she will be cranky with me because I didn't test all this and make sure it was good before. So I need to take this and flip it upside down so I have more lift.
Oh, yeah.
I'm done cranking, so I got this.
We're getting ready for that maiden voyage. Don't want any hiccups.
No hiccups.
Otherwise, it takes the fun out of it. You said we're good?
Yep. My light thing to adapt this from the 4-pin to the 5-pin for the surge brakes is supposed to be here tomorrow.
So are you ready to go?
If Chris gets that GPS installed on Wednesday, we will be, because we got no GPS and no depth or anything right now. So we got to finish that.
Oh, we don't have a radio either, right?
We got no VHF.
But we only needed an emergency kit. Flares.
Yes, that's all we needed to start with, but then things went south.
South?
Yep, that's what they say. You know, the two best days of a boat buyer's life or a boat owner's life: the day they bought it, the day they sold it.
Well, we got the puller back from the detailer, and he has ordered the sandpaper to wet sand our new whaler so that the paint job is much better. If it doesn't turn out very good, we'll have to have Pettit Paint come again. If you are in the Key West area and you've got a boat about this size and you'd like to get a free paint job, be sure to reach out to us. Pettit is looking to help somebody in our area. Let me know.